Hey, what's up, everyone? Thursday, Thursday, the 27th of October. We've got 2 more trading days left of the month after today. So we've got tomorrow, obviously Friday, and we've got Halloween on Monday. And we've had another good green day, not as good as yesterday, mind. But we've had another day. It's $7,500 today. Now, yesterday was $7,500 when I did my trade recap. But I traded after hours. I traded Meta to the downside. I shorted Meta upon earnings, and I was able to make $24,000 with Meta yesterday. So we finished $28,000 up on the day yesterday. So big green day, made a big difference to the day, the week, the month. Made a big difference to the year, because we're now back on track for the year. So that's a big thing. So today was important. First and foremost, it was important to be green. It was important to not only get green, but stay green. And if we get to goal, stay over goal. So I traded Meta to the downside again. It was I came into Meta pre-market, continued to sell off. Facebook, as it's affectionately known by most of us, but continued to sell off. So again, I went to the downside. After the open, it then went on the short sale restrictions list, and I traded it again coming into the close to the latter stages of the day. I traded it to the downside again and made a little bit more. So we were a little over $1,000 up. I think about $1,500 up on Meta, and then we made another $700 later in the day coming into it again. All trading it to the downside, so shorting Meta. Now, I am a long bias trader, so shorting isn't really my forte. That isn't my go-to strategy, but Meta was so weak that it just was a gift, if you will. It was like printing money. And when it popped up after hours, it'd been selling off from lunchtime yesterday. And obviously I shorted that, and I talked about that on yesterday's trade recap. But after hours, it popped up to $142, and it was just not sustainable. So I took a short position there and lowered it all the way down. And it's currently, right now, trading at $96. So you can see the kind of gains I was able to make yesterday. Now today, wasn't able to make as big a gains, only a little over a little over $2,000 on Meta. But it was a relatively easy trading day. We traded a couple of stocks. We traded the mid and high. It was earnings season, so the volatility is in the mid and high cap stocks at the moment. There was volatility in the low float stocks, which is where I tend to like to trade. But the volatility wasn't complemented by the volume. And therein is exactly where the problems lay. So we've not been trading the low float stocks today. We traded Shopify on earnings, and it rallied, and we traded Meta to the downside based on its earnings after hours yesterday again. So those were what we did. So let's just take a look at the charts and what we were able to get out of it. So Meta selling off, and it continued. I should have held overnight, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm kind of kicking myself that it didn't. When it finally broke 100, I figured it would get some support at $100, and it finally broke $100 here. And then when it made a move back up, I thought, okay, it's got support. If it breaks $100 and makes a new low, I'm going to short it, and that's exactly what I did. So we got in here. It made a new low, and we shorted it. Yes, it moved. We got a bit of an algorithmic spike here. It didn't go up to the up as far as the VWAP. That was more of a wick that it threw up. The price action didn't go that high, but then it started to sell off. So it came down, came back up again, and then as it came back down, I was just holding it. I figured I made so much on it yesterday, I can afford to take 1,000 shares to the short side, and I'll just. I'll risk $1,000. So I was risking $1 on the position. As I say, it looks like it made it move up, but it was just through a wick up there, algorithmic trades rather than at the 8 o'clock scrum where the market makers are clearing the books. So that price action didn't happen. It scared me when I saw it on the chart, but it didn't actually happen. So when it actually did move up, we were in the red a little bit, but then it started to make its move down here. So I took half the position off coming into the close, and I moved my stop down, and it pulled all the way back down, and then we got stopped out. I think it was we took our position, a huge part of position off here, and then we got stopped out at 950, I think it was, for the rest. And we were in, our entry price was over $100, $100.20, I think it was. So that put us like 1,500, 1,700 up on the day or whatever it was. And then we traded Shopify. So as you can see, Shopify moved up very well across the course of the day. And we got in here and just rode it all the way up. I was able to trade it all the way up. We got a bit of a flush, and I held the position. I actually bought the dip. And we got a double bottom here on the 1 minute chart, so that's why I bought the dip. And then the double bottom turned into a inverse head and shoulders, and up it went. And we got out about here, and we made at that time a little over $3,500 on Shopify. That took us to 5,000. Just over $5,000 on the day, and that was over goal. So as far as I was concerned, I was done for the day. That was fine. I took a look at a few things. There wasn't enough volume in the market for me to really want to trade it. We came back a little bit later, so took the dog for a walk. Came back after lunchtime, and we traded it again here, and we got in here and rode that up, made it a little bit more, and got an extra $1,000 or whatever it was, $2,000. It took us up to just over $6,000 on the day, and then we went back to Meta for the close. And as Meta was coming into the close again, selling off, we took a position and we put a stop in place as it was selling off. And then when it started to make a move back up, we got stopped out. So we made another $700 on Meta at this point. So that's all we traded today. It was Meta, it was Shopify, it was all recorded. If you want to go and watch that, you can watch the final Meta trade on the Power Hour stream that's just recorded. And you can watch the earlier trades, the Shopify trades, and the Meta short trade that I took on the early morning stream that was recorded today. So go check those streams out if you want to watch the trades live. A lot of nonsense, me waffling on about inane subjects during that time. But you can watch the streams live and watch the trades live, well, recorded live. As they happened on those particular streams. I'm not dropping the replays here because you can go and watch it there. What I would say is I've not imported my trades yet, but what I will do is I will show you where I currently am. So this here, so this is as of coming into today. So we've got another 7,500 to add on to this. You can see for October we're 70,500. We're at the 70,000. That puts us 78,000 up in gross profits on October. So that's really, for me, a big difference, and I feel a lot more comfortable in the performance on the month. It's not been the easiest month to trade. The volume's not been there. I've not traded the best at all, and the average daily gain was, up until yesterday, was a little over $2,000. So it's about $2,500, which is half my average goal for across the year, and it's half what I've been performing at. So to have moved from $2,500 to nearly $4,000 on the average daily gain, is a big difference. If we look at where we are in a month, we'll be at $78,000 after today. That leaves me $22,000 away from goal with 2 days left. Can we get $22,000 in 2 days? Well, I'm not expecting it. Being completely honest, I'm expecting to do $10,000. My daily goal is $10,000. I'm not deviating from that. Just taking a big swing just to try and get on the monthly goal. I can make, if I do $10,000 between tomorrow and Monday, that'll put me at $88,000. I'm 12,000 shy, and I can make that up in November. So instead of going for $5,000 a day in November, well, if I do $5,000 a day in November, it will cover that for sure. Because actually, saying that in November, we do have a couple. We've got Thanksgiving as well, so we've got the markets are closed on Thanksgiving in November. So we do have, I think it's 21 trading days in November. So we've a little bit more than 5,000 to do per day to make up that deficit. So if we get more than 10,000 between now and the end of the month, great. If we don't, if we just get 10,000, then it puts us in a good position going into November and December. Just to get over. If I look at this in terms of the year, this is something that I'm really happy about right now, because based on yesterday's performance, we're over the 7 figures. This is pretty much $1,004,000 is what I did last year. So regardless, if I make any kind of profit between now and the end of the year, I've had a better year than I did last year. So that's an absolute win right there. So I do want to get to my ambitious goal for the year of a 7-figure net number, but we've got to be happy with how we're performing across the year. Yes, October can be a little bit better, but we've got 2 days left, so we can't be fussed. I mean, if you told me that I was complaining about having a $78,000 month 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was doing my regional VP role, my executive position in the technology industry, I probably would have scoffed at that. So for me to say that 78,000 as it stands right now, I'm a little bit disappointed, then I've got to take a step back and give myself a slap in the face. It's a good month. It's a really good month. It's behind goal. It means I'm setting extremely ambitious goals, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm an ambitious person, and I'm, I like to set myself ambitious targets. So that being said, the profit factor. A K ratio of 2 is considered good. My K ratio, this is for risk versus reward. K ratio at the moment is 0.89 in October. So that's where I've actually gone wrong in October. And having one really good day is papering over the cracks a little bit. So I'll take it. 100% I'll take it. But I've still got to kind of reset and review how I've been trading. Yesterday I traded well. Today I've traded very well and been very patient. And that's what we've got to do from here on in. For the rest of the year, for the rest of the month in particular, but for the rest of the year also, just wait for the right setups. Take only the right setups, and then it will come. So in a very good place, happy with where we're going in terms of on target for the year. We're a little bit behind on the month, but we came into the month ahead, so we should be on target going into November, providing we don't have any stupid massive drawdowns in the next 2 days. So with that said, I will be trading live again tomorrow. We did a power hour stream today, and we were looking at the earnings. So as I'm sat here right now, Apple was very choppy. They dropped their earnings. It spiked up, it spiked down. It was very choppy, kind of sideways from the open. Amazon sold off heavy. Amazon recorded some bad some bad earnings. Intel had good results and is up on the day, and a whole bunch of other stocks didn't have such great results. So as a result of the big sell-off from Amazon and a few other big misses in terms of earnings and resulting sell-offs. The S&P 500 sold off. The wider market sold off. So the wider market, as I sit here right now, is currently sitting at 1.3% down on yesterday's closing price. So a little bit bearish. But that being said, it's trending, and that's all we're looking for. We're looking for markets that are trending. Those sideways, do nothing, go nowhere markets, very choppy. Those are the ones that cause the lack of volatility and mean that there's very little opportunity for momentum day traders like me to make money. So we need, whether it's to the downside or to the upside, we just want the markets to be trending, and the stronger the trend, the better it is for us. Okay, so I'll be trading tomorrow again 90 minutes before the market opens. So the last 90 minutes of pre-market, I'll be streaming all my trading live, and I will also, for the first hour of the open market, come join me. Let's do it all over again. It's the penultimate trading day of the month. It's the last trading day of the week. We've got a weekend before Halloween, and who knows, I might even be in fancy dress on Monday. So also daylight saving weekend, so remember to put your clocks back at the weekend as well. So come join me tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you there.